vividly remembers the times Wilson got away, including one instance where he had him wrapped up and Wilson still got a pass off. Donald's goal today: make Wilson uncomfortable and get him to the ground. Now, I asked cornerback Jalen Ramsey the key to facing Wilson. Ramsey told me it's true. He's like a magician, so you must stick with your receiver longer than normal because as Wilson scrambles, his receivers improvise with him. Ramsey telling me it kind of turns into backyard football. Now, Wilson will be without several key players, including center Ethan Posick, who is out. So Kyle Fuller will make his first career start, and Wilson also will be without veteran running backs Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde for a third consecutive game. Sam?
Yeah, Lindsay, no doubt that is concerning. Matt, you're so familiar with this offense. Now, without their center, without two of their running backs, is the offense good enough when they've been talking about it all year, just let Russ cook? Can he cook with what's in the kitchen right now?
Yeah, well, he's got no choice, Sam. And I think what the key is, he has to do it without turning the ball over. If you look at turnovers, I know it's a fairly obvious thing, but I know it's something that Pete Carroll believes in. If you turn the ball over the way that Russell Wilson's turned the ball over in their losses, 7 turnovers, no, they're not good enough. But if he can be the magician, if he can do it with, a committee approach at running back, young people at running back, people that haven't been there very long at running back, if he can protect the ball and cook, so to speak, with his wide receivers, maybe sprinkle in the tight ends, yeah, that's what's going to have to happen because this Rams team, they're coming off the bye, and unfortunately, some people on the Seahawks defense, they had a bye last week as well. They didn't play. So this is not a complete team right now. This is a team this is a team where Russell Wilson has to put them on his back, but at times, because he's tried to do too much, I think he's turned the ball over.
And you and I both played for Pete, and that's all he preaches all the time throughout the week. Running backs carrying the ball throughout the hallways, those type of things, how important it is in terms of ball security. But on the other side, I think it's just as important that Seattle defense takes it away. Because as bad as this Seattle Seahawks defense is, it's a guarantee. Teams are going to move the ball up and down the field. What saved them early on was they were taking the football away. They had 0 turnovers last week, and there you go. There you have the game that gets out of hand. It's impactful plays by impactful players. Dunlap has to start making plays like that. He had a great game last week. It's got to continue. So does Adams. So does Wagner. Those splash plays, just 2, maybe 2 or 3 of them where you get the ball back. That's what this team needs to start getting back on track and winning football games.
Yeah, man, you guys talk about, Pete's got to be going crazy about can't run the football because he believes it so much. That's why I hired Brian Schottenheimer to be that ground and pound guy. Now, all of a sudden, it's like we got weapons around Russell Wilson. We're going to have to do it. But man, the more you put on him right here, losing Hyde and Chris Carson, this really kills this football team in this matchup. So I worry about this one right here. I think it's going to be more of the same.
Yeah, and one last thing, just about this injury situation. Because Seattle has a Thursday night game next week, guys that are maybe on the fence about playing today are going to sit out this game in hopes of being ready, because if they play this game, they wouldn't be ready to play in the Thursday game.
Yep.
We talked earlier in the show about how the NFL flexed the schedule because of the Masters. And this evening, the 4 o'clock games, there are some great games out there. But there's one matchup that I cannot wait to see, and it's DK Metcalf against Jalen Ramsey.
Yes.
Jalen Ramsey, last year going against this rookie, 44 yards his first game, 78 yards his second game. As right there you see this route to stop and go. What I've seen, Jalen Ramsey can be beat in the stop and go game because his eyes is always in the back.
Get a little gritty.
Hey, I just talked about the rookie season for DK Metcalf, 44 and 78 yards. But guess what he's averaging, Matt, in his sophomore season? He's averaging 100 yards with a touchdown a game. I talked about all these mismatches between teams, but nobody's talking about this one-on-one matchup. You're talking about DK Metcalf and everything that he's done this season, going against the NFL's high-paid corner. Man, I cannot wait to see that. But if you're asking me about a particular route to look for in this game, as physical as Jalen Ramsey likes to be, either look for that, what did he call it, the moon ball? The moon ball, because the moon ball is hard to stop. With all the man that they're going to play in L.A., Jalen Ramsey on DK Metcalf, look for a big day of DK Metcalf going after that moon ball.
Randy, man, with those double moves, too. Jalen Ramsey, keep your eyes on your luggage. That's what you better do, or it's going to be 6.
Right.
Yeah, he's been one of the main bright spots for this Seattle team with all the injuries and issues they've had on defense. Rex, to your point, I'm with you on this. This team does not have Pete Carroll's identity right now, and I feel like this could be one of those games where we see him make some adjustments and start doing some things that he wouldn't necessarily desire to do, but you find a way to win, and when you've got a quarterback who has more touchdowns than anybody in the league, it makes it a little bit easier. Still to come on Countdown, game picks are on the way. Can Josh Allen and the Bills circle the wagons against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals? DeAndre Hopkins might have a little something to say about that. And as we're halfway through the NFL season, we gather the funniest